Hello everyone, it's Christina. Welcome back. I just wanted to show my face and say hello to you. So I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to show you how I'm using my brain dump pages and how I'm planning out projects and things, and then moving them over into the A5 rings, and just kind of show you kind of how that's looking so far. So, this is a half-year A5 Stylogy that I cut down to standard size. And this is what I'm using, for those of you who are new, this is what I'm using for my brain dump, okay? And I'm putting all the things on these pages. So I need to actually watercolor some more pages because I'm kind of running out here. So instead of having a long to-do list that has to be read through like a novel, right? Like line after line after line. I skipped some space, first of all, between my tasks, even on just this one page, right? And then I'm also already breaking them down into categories so that I'm like, okay, what do I need to do for homeschool? Oh, here's my list. What do I need to be doing for, whatever, I don't know, personal and professional development. This is my Pinterest list, actually. So things that I have on my personal secret board for this. These are pins that I've saved, and this isn't even all of them. I'm working on adding those in here, just like this. So I want to make sure that I'm setting aside a time for working through these things. So I put tick boxes, and I put like the title of the graphic, and then during my Pinterest time that I have on my ideal week right here, that's when I have the time to go through some of these as much as I can, as many as I can. And I can also say not just Pinterest time, but saying, okay, what am I going to work on? Am I going to do admin stuff, or am I going to do personal development things? Like, what category? And like I said, I don't have very many pages left. Yeah, just a few here. See, so I need to spend some time watercoloring soon. But I had this list of raw video because a lot of times I have videos on my phone that I need to put onto the computer so that I can edit them. And so this is just like a workspace for that. This book, the intention of this book is just to catch all of my brain. When I think of things and I don't know where to put it yet, typically it goes here. The only other place that it could go is my dailies, but I'm going to show you my dailies in a moment, and you will see that they're changing and that there's not a whole lot of room left on them. So I need to use this book. The other book I do want to mention again real quickly, and I will probably do an update of this as well, but the other book that has been really helping me is this weekly insert. This is a blank one. Set up basically like a Hobonichi weeks, right? Where you have the dailies, the days listed out, and then the graph paper on the side. And the intention here is future planning, but it's also like kind of maybe a short blurb or a sentence or two, possibly depending on the day, of what happened that day, so that I can look back at this very quickly instead of trying to pull it off of all of the things off of my daily all the time. It should be on my daily as well, but this is a quicker reference. And here too, I was using this side as kind of listing out, these are the things that I need to get done this week. Plug them in where they need to go. So again, it's pulling from the list and making another list and then distributing it out onto my daily pages too. So it's really, some of it is repetition and writing. I mean, I'm not writing it one right after the other, so it's not like that kind of repetition, but it is repeated. And then the last book in here is my 2022 calendar. So I have general, I have homeschool, Alaskan Schoolhouse, which is the homeschooling channel, my 24 plan, our Usborne book list that I was working on. I wanted to know because I think that we may have to order some of these things, and so we're going to an event where an Usborne lady will be, and she has a lot of her books there, and so I'm hoping to get some of them at least. This one I don't. This was going to be our homeschool check-in, and I don't think that this is going to stay in here. This needs to be in my rings. So that's the other deal that I'm kind of sorting through right now, is where does it go, right? And so I think what I decided to do is to have outlines in my planner, in my rings. Let me decipher what I'm saying. In my rings, so that I know like what I'm going to be talking about and what links I need and things like that. So I don't want that in here. Maybe this got put in here too because I didn't have my rings yet, or not set up yet as much as I have now. So I'm just saying. And then this too was something that is the beginnings of a video, basically. This was intentional, this weekly plan, because I did not have these inserts yet, so I wasn't able to kind of line these things out, and I didn't have the file effects yet either, so there's that. And then I just talked about these for Pinterest, and like I said, I do have more of those. So this is a list that I'm trying to figure out. There's green space on here, right? And I mean, this is really small where you're reading it, but there's green space on here, and that is space that I need to fill in with tasks. So for example, on Wednesday I have orders and admin, and so whenever I need to place orders for homeschool, or if I need to do even orders for us, or administrative stuff for homeschooling, things like record keeping and you know what I mean, like making sure all of that stuff is up to date and things like that. We don't have any regulations here in Alaska, but I like to keep records. So, but just, you know, tidying up my files on the computer and screenshots and things like that. Like there's just always something to do, right? So here I was just kind of brainstorming that list out of things that I need to do that are not on my ideal week right now, that I'm trying to find, you know, where's the best place to put that. So that's what I started working on last night. So that's what this book is that it's a thinking place, right? I do have a couple of days actually, right here you can see time to brainstorm. I do have a couple of days on my ideal week that I added in last night for brainstorming, just to think about things and of every part of my life to brainstorm, right? So there's that. But very quickly, I'd like to also show you a couple of my dailies. This is pretty much set up. Let me check my frame here. This is pretty much set up in the same exact way that it was when I did my flip. I mean, pretty much. I added some paper in, but it's pretty much set up the same way. So now it is much thicker, and I probably should take just a smidgen of the paper out, but we'll see. And then I added in some of the stickers, and I think I already had the whole reinforcers, and I made a big mistake. Cover that up. Labels. Okay, so today Like, look how full, let me move that. Look how full these are. And look at the stickers on them. Like, how cool is that? This makes me happy. It makes me really happy. Does anybody see what's missing? I'm going to give you a second. What's missing from my daily pages that was there before? The time area is not there anymore. It's just what it is, all the way across. Now, I can go back at the end of this day and I can put stickers up here. I can lay washi tape across there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can still add in. I don't like, I can fill in the spaces, but that's pretty amazing. This is working out really well. We did do some switching on our ideal week. It's an ever-changing thing. I probably say that every single video I record. It wouldn't surprise me if I always mention the ideal week and how I'm making changes to it. But we are switching around the order of our subjects, and we are doing lunch at 1 o'clock now instead of 2. But we're still doing the same nap time, so we basically have an hour after lunch, and then we're also having a read aloud before nap. And so that is changed up, which I kind of like changing it up. I don't like to do the same thing for most days, yes, for a season of time, right? But not like every day. But I do like to change things up and add in new things and take away old things, right? I used, one second, let me look. I used some labels, some Avery file folder labels is actually the size that I got, and made these stickers. So I found I made them in, I think I used the Avery, like Avery.com or whatever it is, and use the template, right? Avery.com/template, yeah. And then I found little images like books, and then I don't like this for the Bible. I need to find something else to use. But anyway, because you can't see it, but it's like blue with a cross, and it's like really, really small and blurry. Anyway, so I printed both of these on one, like both of these are one, and then I just used my paper cutter and cut it. So then I don't have to write the same thing every day of my life, So I do have some planning stickers left. I have some, boxes and things like that, but like maybe I get one for school. I do like having the YouTube ones. So basically what I'm saying is I'm going to make a list of the ones that I actually want to purchase, and then the other ones I can just make myself, or I could make these myself as well. Just makes it a little bit harder, but to cut them out, well, I guess it wouldn't. I would just, use these labels and just, make multiples of them on each one, and then use the paper cutter and then leave it on the sheet, you know what I mean? And yeah, so, and like here's tomorrow already. Now, the times are still on there, yes, but it's mostly like the task, like doing science, doing reading. And I'm not putting the assignments on there because that's behind my school section, which I also have to update my lesson planners. This needs to be updated now because I've added things and reordered them. And, it's always something, isn't it? But it's always something where it's punches the hole through the whole word. Like I gotta fix this. I don't like this part. Anyway, so I'm not writing that here, right? But I'm still like writing out, okay, stay on task and get, all the things done, and the things that you're teaching and the things that you're doing down on this paper. Actually, these two do not need to be written on there. That is something else that I'm working on as well. The things that I'm teaching goes, on on Tuesday, especially because we do our video and new lesson for math. So the girls, like for Alex, she's doing math, and then I'm doing math too, right? Because I'm teaching it to her. But like down here for like nature and whatever I end up putting here, I've tried a couple of things and I've marked them both out. Then I'm going to be working on my website or writing during that time for that hour. And I'm available for Alex and Tony. Obviously, I'm sitting right at my desk with them in the same space, but I'm working on something else that's not even school related. So when I have time to sneak those things in like that, I mean, that's a whole hour. And technically, I'm not writing for an hour uninterrupted, obviously, right? So I have to take that into an account when I'm planning. Okay, I don't know what I was talking about because I had to go and deal with some things, and it's been at least half an hour, and so we're gonna just keep on keeping on. Okay, so I don't know all of the things that I want to put in these green areas, but I do know that I want to use these gaps of time, and some of them are bigger chunks of time, and use them well and get the things done that I want to do. That's why I follow this schedule, because I want to have time for the important things, the have-to things, as well as the fun things. Drawing and painting and working on my YouTube channel and working on my website and working on social media and personal development and all of those types of things are important to me. God is important to me. Praying and reading my Bible every single day, it's important to me. So I want to make sure that I have a spot for all of the things that matter. And that is what you see when you look at this. That's the bottom line. Like I said, I want to continue with this. This makes me happy. This, in my opinion, looks good. Not perfect, but good. And so that's what I'm going to continue doing in here. I need to print some more stickers because I was trying to at least lay some of the things down each day. So that I can start filling those in, because I do a Bible reading plan, a chronological. And so I already know what those are, so I can just be filling those types of things in, especially while I'm watching TV at night. And writing things down like this, like theme days for school. Days to research things, do orders, do administrative things, unit study planning, organizing, things that need to go on my daily pages, zone cleaning, goal tasks. I'm going to be doing another video coming up about the 12-week year. Reading, that's for me reading, and reading alouds for my girls. My24 plan task, Alaskan Schoolhouse task, social media, and then some dinners and lunch. So this needs to be changed. See, I've already changed that time, and that's really working. We've only done it a couple of days, so it's a little early to call that, but it seems to be going well. But this is where I'm plugging the things in. This is where what am I doing? That's last week. I was like, what is going on? Why is that like that? So this is tomorrow. But this is working. This is looking really good, and it helps me to see the things. It's grouped together, and I'm trying not to be a huge stickler about like what I do first in the morning, then what do I do, because that kind of is a little disabling to me, because then I'm like, oh, I should have wrote that up here, right? So I do read my Bible in the evening, but I'm just kind of putting them there because it's at the bottom of the page, right? And putting the other task up here and putting the reading things down there. I don't know, but like just kind of grouping them. So I want to get some more boxes. Eventually, once I get a little bit lower in my stash, I'm going to definitely order some more of those because those are fun. But just kind of, like I said, just grouping them together. So doing like the school block, the main part of our day, and then planning stuff, because Monday is my homeschool planning day, and then drawing, And then during planning, I kind of forgot some of those things. So I just put another label right there and wrote that in. You see what I mean? So I think it's good. It's working. I think that's all I have for this one. I just wanted to kind of share kind of how the two pieces are kind of working together, and how I'm kind of taking the time, like, based on my ideal schedule, taking the task out of my traveler's notebook and placing them into the daily pages. If you guys have any questions, be sure to leave them down below for me, and check the description box for further information, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.